What's going on, family? You live with April, man. Today, man, I was getting a lot of videos and seeing a lot of content about all these mass layoffs. And then I'm seeing people who saying they can't make it no more, and they're tired, they frustrated. One little thing pop up, they pretty much done. So I said, man, I'm finna put a couple of these clips together. Let's do a live special since I was getting sent so many of them. So I'm gonna start with this lady here, man. She was just saying, she's 58 years old, and I got about 6 or 7 videos that I'm gonna show. But she was saying that she's 58, man, and she has nothing. She's been working all her life, but with the economy the way it is, man, and having to bury her child, and now the emissions on her car team past emissions, it's so much stuff going on, and that's why I'm telling people right now, man, it's hard out here. You have to get ready. You're going to hear me say this a lot during this live. This live should be about 30 minutes to probably an hour, somewhere around up in there. We're going to have to drive up, and we're going to have to utilize our skill sets to get by because, man, it is tough. It's tough out here. And I'm seeing it not on the internet, but I'm seeing it firsthand in the communities, family members talking. It's really, really rough. And I'm seeing people saying they're making $20 an hour, but here in Atlanta, WSB TV, the news channel here, put out a special saying that if you ain't making $32 an hour, you really can't afford to live on your own. And man, how many people out here are actually making $32 an hour? So let's get into it, man. Play this video here, and then I'll come back and give my commentary. We'll talk about it a little bit, but my heart goes out to this woman here.
You ever just feel like, what's the point? 58 years old, I have been working my entire life, and I have nothing. No savings, no cushion, nothing. I go to work every single day. I make decent money. Yesterday, I took my car for emissions testing, and it failed. Check engine light is on, and it looks like it's going to be about a $2,000 repair. I have nothing. A year and a half ago, I had to bury my youngest child. And I know in my heart and my soul that this physical journey is just something we signed up for, to come here to learn and to help raise the collective consciousness. Well, times like this, I feel like I'm just done. I don't want to do this anymore. You don't even know how often I say, Marky, just come and get Mom. I see so many horrible people. I just look to this administration, right? Oh, they're cutting all of these programs for people who are struggling, while the top 1% has no idea what it's like when you just want to survive. That's it. You don't want to buy a yacht. You don't want a huge mansion. You just want to be able to pay your bills. And when a car repair or something comes up out of the ordinary, get it taken care of. What is the point? God, I miss my son, and I hate this life.
You know, and there's a lot of people out here feeling like that right now, man, like this lady was feeling. And my heart goes out to her because there's a lot of people out here, it's really hurting, it's really struggling. They not only that they can't afford to live, but then you got to take care of others when they going through it, and you struggling yourself. And then listen, you seeing other groups of people, you know, just like what's going on in Minnesota, where people scamming and making millions, and people coming in here getting free all these benefits. And you know, in the American people is truly suffering right now. And my heart goes out to a lot of people. And yes, a lot of people don't even have, I'm gonna show this video where they did a study where a lot of people don't even have $500 saved up. And she said she had nothing in her savings. Yes, and there's a lot of people like that don't have nothing in their savings, man. They go to work every day. And at the end of the day, man, between a place to stay, feeding yourself, your transportation, insurance, all these taxes out of the wazoo, people is not surviving. And the only way you're gonna be able to, one of the ways I think we're gonna be able to get around to be able to at least partially survive this Let's tribe up with one another. You're gonna have to put all that back burner stuff, man. Your beef with your family members to the side, your beef with your siblings, put that stuff to the side, man. Move back in with mama. You're gonna have to move back in with your children. You're gonna have to move back in with your siblings, move back in with your cousins, tribe up, split these bills in 3s and 4s or whatever you got to do so you can survive, man. So you can get a savings. Because one little thing, like in this lady case, one thing, she said her car, it failed emissions, so they look like it's gonna be a $2,000 job. And she said, hey, I won't even have it. But we know in certain states, if you don't pass emissions, you can't get a tag. She can't get a tag. She can't drive her car. Then her insurance probably won't lapse. It's all kind of stuff that can just domino effect from this one situation here. And yes, like I said, when I seen all these scamming videos of what's going on in Minnesota, and people like, well, prove it. It's obvious. It's obvious. And people saying they're getting $4 or $5, $10 million, and all the scam is up to like $8 or $9 billion, and we got $2 trillion that people can't find over here. Man, this is ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous, and that's the most heartbreaking, because the everyday American out here that's trying to do the right thing, they just want to do the right thing and live and survive, and they're out here struggling on their last pack of bologna. Last pack of Roman noodles. You don't know where your toilet tissue is gonna come from, and don't let nothing happen to you physically. A tooth break, need stitches, and you got to go to the hospital, man. It's just gonna make it even worse. So let's get into the next one, man. Like I said, I got a collective I'm gonna be showing today, but man, it's tough out here for a lot of people, man. It really is.
I just seen they did a study that the average American do not have $500 in their bank account, bro. Real shit. The average American right now today do not have $500 saved up. And I'm around this bitch stressing because I ain't got shit. And you motherfuckers on this internet like y'all just doing great. And we all around this bitch doing bad. Real talk, man.
Yes, a lot of people don't even have $500 saved. A lot of people don't even have $100 in their savings right now. Be honest with you, a lot of people accounts is straight negative. That's why we're using these Chimes and all these other internet bank accounts, man, because people just trying to go in survival mode. So having $500 in your account right now is a luxury. Having $1,000 in your account right now is a luxury. You're doing okay, especially if you don't have to take it, and you can constantly add on to that, but you're doing really well. And so that's why I tell people, man, it's hard out here, and it's people out here having to borrow money from family members, borrow money from friends to survive. Man, I understand. I definitely understand, because I've been there, and I've been there. In hell, we can honestly say we only one catastrophe from going back there. We all are. Especially if you're doing well right now, if you find yourself doing well in a great situation, you only one catastrophe, unless you're in the 0.5% of the people that's making quadruple millions of dollars. Like a lot of politicians, like Elon Musk. I heard Elon Musk make like $1 million an hour, or $23 million a day. It was something crazy, man. It was something crazy that he's making. And then when I Googled the minimum wage, this what got me. When I Googled the minimum wage for certain states, don't you know it's still states out here that have $7.25 an hour on their minimum wage books? Let's count them. Let's go through them. I'm talking about Alabama, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Hampshire, North Carolina, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Still have $7.25 state at federal minimum wage. That's ridiculous. I don't think no company paying that. Let's be honest. I don't think no company is paying that right now, because they probably won't get no works. But I'm sure somebody probably doing some under the table stuff like ranchers and stuff. And I'm not trying to throw ranchers out there, but farm work, especially illegal farm work, they probably was paying these guys, who knows, man, under the table. That's just alleged. I don't know. I don't have no first-hand knowledge of farm work, but I'm just saying, with the type of salaries that's being paid, and even when you're making in the six figures, so let's just say if you're a six-figure earner, you're in a 33% tax bracket, possibly, between state, federal, FACA, Social Security, all kind of stuff. So if you just say you're making six figures, you're probably gonna bring home $70,000 that a year. Let's say the average rent is $2,000. So now let's take $24,000 away from that 70. They just bought it down to about what 46. If you got a car, the average car payment is $750 to $1,000, man. You talking about another what 13. You talking about another anywhere from $6,000 to $12,000, depending on your car. No insurance, light bill, food. At the end of the day, you ain't really got nothing saved either. So yes, a lot of people don't even have $500 in their bank account. You know what I mean? So that's sad, but it's true, and I agree 100% with this guy. Let's go to the next one, man.
So fucking tired of life. I can't afford to live here anymore. I can't afford to live here anymore. I just spent 6 hours of my life serving tables, running around to make $50. To make $50. And I already know the comments are going to be like, well, get a better job. I'm trying. I moved here 3 weeks ago. I've sent out over 100 resumes. I've had one interview. I didn't get the job. I knew I blew it. I did not get the job. I'm trying. The only reason why I got a server job is to make some money while I'm trying to get my big girl job again so I can get checks that actually matter. So I can make money I can actually live off of. But nobody calls. Nobody's calling for these jobs. Indeed is, we're hiring. Or where? Okay, because I sent my resume and I can't afford anything. Okay, I live with my son and his roommates right now, and I'm very thankful for that, but I need my own place and I can't afford it. I can't afford anything. I cannot afford to live here anymore. And I can't take my own life. So what am I supposed to do?
It's a lot of people in this situation feel exactly like this woman here. She said she waited tables for 6 hours. She served tables for 6 hours to make $50. That's hey man, that's what, about $7 and some change. So 6 times 7, 6 hours and times 7, that's 42 if you add it up. Yeah, that's $8. 6 times 8 is 48. So a little over $8. Man, that's an hour. That's, like I just said, there's no money. We just calculated this. That is no money. There's no way she could survive on that. And if you do make $8, you can't even buy a Chick-fil-A Happy Meal. Chick-fil-A meal for $8. Maybe you could. I don't know, but McDonald's, I think, is bringing some value meals back. But listen, man, by the time you put gas in your car and get you something to eat, if you can, you won't be able to survive. Sorry, guys. But yes, you won't be able to survive off that. And like she said, she's living with her son and his roommates, but she want her own place. Of course, she's a mother. She definitely want her own place. And yes, I see a lot of Indeed jobs, but a lot of those are some scamming type jobs. Or I seen where people was applying to an Indeed job here in Atlanta, and they said people was coming up missing. So, I don't even trust Indeed right now. You know what I mean? Especially after that report came out about people who go to a job interview and they're coming up missing, especially women. So you have to really be careful, man, of what you're doing, and don't fall out with somebody. Because the first thing now people saying is, well, you can get the heck out of here. You know what I mean? You're already down in your luck. And the last thing, now you're trying to walk on the eggshells so you won't tee nobody off, so they won't be threatening you to put you out. And it's happening all the time, man. Luckily, she have a son. Luckily, she have her son to be able to survive on and rely on. But a lot of people don't have that luxury. A lot of people don't. And like I just said, here in Atlanta, they did a news did a study saying that you at least need to make $32 an hour just to live on your own. So if you cut that in half or make it 20, you need a roommate. You need probably two or three people in there that got an income. That's the reason the man, like they say back in the 50s and 60s, man worked, grandma stayed home. But Papa was able to take care of family, all the kids on one salary. Pay the house, buy the grocery, pay all the bills, probably had at least one car, and sometimes they had two cars off his salary. But now you need two people working and possibly a third in a hustle just to survive. You need his salary, her salary, and a hustle. And yes, the internet, social media make it seem like everybody's rich. Everybody's doing well. Everybody's balling out of control. And I can tell you that's a bald-faced lie right out the rip, because everybody's not rich. Everybody ain't balling out of control. There's a lot of underhand mess going on that you're going to find people getting arrested and locked up pretty soon behind. But yeah, man, my heart go out to this lady, man. If anybody know her, man, just tell them keep her head up and please don't take your life. That's the last thing you want to do, because it gets better. It might take some time, but it will get better. But if you go that route, it's pretty much ending all hope. All hope. Let's get to the next one.
I'm parked in front of Dollar Tree because I'm about to go in there and get some essentials. But before that, I honestly just had like the only crash out because I had stopped to get gas, right? And I'm really in a place in my life where I'm really budgeting my finances because I just don't got it like that. I'm in a real crunch, survival, financial fucking rut. And I know it's not forever, but this is just the chapter I'm in. And as much as I try to be positive sometimes, like it's really hard. It's really hard to be in a financial like survival mode when you don't know what your next move is. You don't know where your next resource is coming from, because it fucking makes you hyper vigilant. And like when you're hyper vigilant, like you can't relax, your brain can't shut off, and you can't stop worrying, and that shit just drains all your energy. Like having to worry all the time drains your energy. And I understand that like people are like, oh, pray, and don't get me wrong, I pray, but when I'm about to take a shit and I don't know when the next fucking slice of paper toilet is coming from, like, you know, that's real life 3D shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like it's a really difficult place to be in. And so with that being said, I had $25 in like my Apple Cash card. And so I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna go to the gas station. I'm gonna get $15 of gas. And then the rest, like I'm gonna take to get like a little bit of essentials at Dollar Tree. And when I asked him for 15 regular, he had put gas in my car and it charged my whole shit. And I just stood there because I'm not trying to crash out in front of this man, but I'm like, fuck, like I literally don't have anything else. Like my regular account is negative. Like fuck. I have no toilet tissue. I have no, like I need stuff for the house. Like I don't have water. Like I don't, oh my god. So he was like, oh, like it charges you temporarily, like it's gonna refund you. So I literally drove off and I parked on this random street and I just cried. Like I let it all out. Like I couldn't even, it wasn't even one of those like boohoo cries. It was just like one of those silent cries where like the tears just come down and you're just like overwhelmed, you just shut down. And within a couple of minutes, like I got $11 back, thank God. And so with that being said, I'm about to go into the Dollar Tree and I'm about to get, you know, whatever essentials I can with that. But y'all, this is not okay. Like this is not normal. And I share this not because I want to give a sob story, not because, you know, I'm asking for help or anything like that. Because honestly, I'm a person that has a very hard time receiving help, and that's not even like my gist. It's just to shine a light for other people that are going through this shit, because I know that I'm not one of one. And it's not even like, oh, you can tell somebody like get a job. Most of the jobs right now, are not paying enough for you to cover rent, for you to cover bills, and for you to be able to live. You know what I'm saying? Like it's insane. And I don't know where anybody else lives, but I live in New Jersey. It's super fucking expensive on like the Northeast. Like it's the fact that other people live like this, because like I said, I know I'm not one of one. this shit is insane. And the fact that like it's only gonna get worse and this economy is only getting worse, like, I understand, like I said, this is just a chapter. Like, I'm in my last year of grad school, so I know I'm gonna have a career next year. But the fact that like not many people are in my position and probably, you know, like have kids, have way more responsibilities than I do, and they have to live like this, it's fucking horrible and it's depressing. And I think a big issue with like mental health and depression in this country is probably because people can't take care of themselves, and people know that. It makes you feel like a second-class citizen. It makes you feel like shit. It makes you feel like a bad person, and it makes you feel like you're not enough, and that's a shitty feeling. And it just makes me sad. It makes me sad that as a country we advance as much as we have, but there's so many people that are like falling between the cracks, and I don't know if anything will ever be done about that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, I had to.
I was listening to a story earlier, and what I don't get is everything's inflated. Where I live at, they building number 600 and 700 to $1 million homes around me. Hold on a minute, guys. Sorry about that. Had to sneeze, guys. I didn't want to sneeze in your face and in your ears and stuff. So where I live at, they building like $600,000-$700,000 up to a couple $1 million worth of houses, man. I'm like, who can afford them? And when you hear stories like this lady here, she can't even afford toilet tissue right now. So how can she afford a $600,000-$700,000 house, $1 million house? You know what I mean? I understand that the Trump administration put out like 50-year mortgages or whatever. Who want a 50-year mortgage? If I got a 50-year mortgage, I ain't finna probably live to see it. I ain't finna live to pay that house off. Most people ain't. You know what I mean? So I was seeing car payments being financed for 10 years. Who want to finance a car for 10 years? It's breaking down after about 5 or 6, if not sooner. People can't even afford to buy the basic necessities, man. And that's where it makes you look at our leaders here in this country. Food is ridiculous. I go to the Publix or Kroger, and we talking about 2 and 3 bags, $100 easily. You go to get gas, it's still right at $3. Don't let a tire or clothing or washing powder or light bill. My light bill went up, my water going up, gas just went up. I'm like, all this stuff is going up except the rate of the salaries, the incomes. And then if the incomes go up, like when they did the fast food incomes, now the meals went up. So we still ain't, you are not surviving. You are not surviving this. No matter what we do, you won't survive this unless you start developing skill sets to where you can make a hustle or make extra money on the side or tribe up with somebody and still work on your skill set. You are not surviving this. And I'm telling people that you got to find something else to do on the side. And that's no matter if you got a roommate or not, because your job is finna be a luxury. It's finna be right now. You can see it pretty much is, because a lot of people don't have the jobs, and then they have jobs, they don't have the income to come with the job. So the jobs is becoming a luxury, and the jobs is what people rely on to pay for your homes, pay for your cars, pay for your utility, pay for your cell phones, take care of yourself. People just want to basically take care of themselves. They want to be self-sufficient. The average person don't want to rely on nobody. They want to be self-sufficient. And the way this economy is going, we won't be self-sufficient. You're going to have to rely on the government or the universal basic income or whatever they're trying to do or whatever. You're going to have to rely on them because you won't be able to survive otherwise out here on your own. And like I say, everything, everything is skyrocketing right now. And one of the reasons they did a study in Atlanta that domestic violence nationwide is through the roof. When people can't afford to live in peace and harmony because they can't afford the house, or they can't afford the lights, or they can't eat, or they can't feed their kids, they get angry. They get angry. And they got a right to be angry. But unfortunately, they're getting angry with each other and not at the source, not at what's the cause of all this. And so the domestic violence, people going to jail for fighting, kids are being traumatized. It's so much stuff is going on, man. So that's what I'm telling people, man. Right now, man, we can pray, we can do everything we got to do, but man, I'm telling you, you got to get with like-minded people and survive this. But then I'm seeing people buying Bentleys and Rolexes and all this other stuff. So the 1% getting richer, and the 99% of us getting poorer and poorer and poorer. You know what I mean? You're going to be right here eating rabbit food, and maybe better learn how to grow you some food. And I'm going to show a video of my man. He said he made $12 an hour. He's still poor, but it was so funny how he put it. But he could keep the lights on, but he said, I'm poor enough to keep lights on, but I ain't rich enough to go to Disney World. Something he said, but I'm going to show the video next. But yeah, man, my heart go out to this lady here, man. And keep your head up, sister. You just about there. But even after you graduate grad school, there's no guarantee you're going to have a job. The way this thing is going out here, there's no guarantee you're going to have a job. Where the layoff is going, depending on what her major is. Because a lot of us just took majors in basket weaving and all kind of crazy stuff like women's studies and all kind of just stuff that we really won't be able to really do anything with out in the real world. You know what I mean? So you gotta make it happen. But let's check out my guy here talking about how he make $12 an hour. It's funny.
Just found out your boy gonna be making $12.50 an hour. So I'ma still be poor, but just, you know what I mean, I can keep the lights on poor. I just can't go to Disney World type poor. You know what I mean? Ain't no extracurriculars going on with that salary. Just got you can do the needs, not the wants.
Yeah. Ain't no extra going on with that, my guy. You know what I mean? But hey, $12 and I just want where my phone at? I gotta see what $12 an hour is. He said $12.50 an hour. Let's see. Let's get to it. Let's see what my man can be bringing home every week. Let's get the calculator out because man, that's pretty rough right there. But you'll be amazed. But you know, hopefully he's in an area where he can maintain $12.50. Let's go ahead. $12.50 times 40. Hopefully getting 40 hours. $500 a week. Man, by the time they take out taxes, he bring home about $420. It's about $1,680 a month. The average rent is $2,000, depending on where he live at. It ain't gonna be enough, brother. It ain't gonna be enough. But let's watch it one more time.
Just found out your boy gonna be making $12.50 an hour. So I'ma still be poor, but just, you know what I mean, I can keep the lights on poor. I just can't go to Disney World type poor. You know what I mean? Ain't no extracurriculars going on with that salary. Just got you can do the needs, not the wants. Nah.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. Needs but not the wants. I like his energy, man. I like his energy. But let's check out this last one, man. This lady said she just wanted some tacos, man. And sometimes you ever had that you got food in the house, but you just want what you want sometimes. You know what I mean? And she said she just didn't have it. She had to cash her coins in because she wanted some tacos. Now I understand that. But let me let her tell it.
I just had to cash my coins in to get dollars, and I was so embarrassed. Like, I feel like I should never be to the point where we that broke that I have to cash my coins in to get what I need. And why was I so embarrassed? I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. We shouldn't be that low on funds to have to cash in coins. So I asked my husband yesterday, I'm like, hey honey, I need you to give me some money because I need to get some stuff from the store or whatever. And he told me, Muffin, I don't have no spare money right now. I just paid all of the bills or whatever. And asked, is it something that we really need? And I'm like, no, I just want to have tacos for dinner. So I need to get the stuff or whatever. So, he was like, yeah, I don't have no extra money right now. And I was so mad at him. Like, what the hell you mean you don't have it? As if he's not supposed to never not have it. So just now when I went to cash my coins in, when I tell you, I was so embarrassed, hoping and praying nobody saw me cashing my coins in. Why the hell am I so embarrassed to cash in my coins? Why was I so embarrassed? As if, real life not out here going on. This shit is crazy. I literally was embarrassed. And I was so mad at my husband. And then I had to think about it, how the hell are you mad at this man for paying the bills? And I get paid this week. So it's I know I have a paycheck coming in, but just because I wanted what I wanted, I was just so frustrated. And I really feel because I was so frustrated, that's why I wanted to cash my coins in. I got enough money, I'ma still get what I want type shit, like a kid. Oh, thank God this man loved me and he puts up with my bullshit, because when I be sitting down thinking about stuff after the fact, it just be like, I just wanted to share that. And I damn near broke out in tears at the register, giving the lady the slip and just getting my stuff, because in my mind I was just thinking girl, you something else. You something else. And I know I am. But I just wanted to share that. I had to cash my little.
Girl said she just want her tacos. You know what I mean? I understand. Sometimes you just want what you want when you want it. So I understand. You know what I mean? But sometimes we do have to sacrifice. But luckily she had some coins. I remember back in the day, man, probably about 15 years ago now, man. I had $11 in the bank, man, and it was like a day before payday, man, and we had to eat, man. We went to McDonald's and got us a couple. That's when they had the dollar meal. We got us 5 little what you call them, McDoubles for 99 cents, and 5 little single fries, the dollar fries, and with the tax, it came up to 10 something, and we just had enough that we ate that night, and I got paid the next day, but I've been there. So when I hear stories like that, I've been there, man. Luckily, I wasn't on the internet like I am now, but yeah, man, my story would have been out there probably because, man, I've been behind the 8 ball several times. So none of us exempt. We only one catastrophe away from being short and want something we can't get, cashing our coins in. You know what I mean? So that's why I always tell people, man, keep your head up, build relationships, keep relationships. You know what I mean? And treat people like you want to be treated, man, because you never know when you're on the other side of the door looking in, and hopefully somebody will help you. Hopefully, when you need help, you got so many great relationships, and people man, I remember Abru. Abru was a good dude. Let me go out there and help him, man. Let me see if he need a ride, instead of looking at you that's what he get, and ride by that cat. You know what I mean? You don't want to be that dude. So tell you what, man, take care of yourself. Help people when you help people. Mend those relationships. You got issues out there with somebody, mend them, man. Mend those relationships. There's a lot of people out there hurting, man. There's a lot of people taking their lives. We just don't hear about it. Go talk to somebody. Pick them up. Speak to people. That person might be you might be the last person they see before they go and do some handies to themselves or to their family. And you got an opportunity to maybe brighten their day, put a smile on their face. So be that light, man. Be that light in the community. Be that light in your household. Be that light on your job. And just be that light to a stranger, man. I don't mind paying for food for people in walk out. I heard and get out, man. Because I don't want you to thank me. Thank the Most High. And with that said, man, I give all praise, glory to the Most High. Until next time, y'all be good. I'm Abram. Shalom, everybody.